All right. Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
What's up, everybody? It's Angela and
Lamar.
Lamar. And guess who we've got with us?
Hi.
We've got with us our beautiful children. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
My name is Ben. I'm 17.
I'm Gabby, I'm 16.
All right. And I'm not sure if you guys could hear them. So I want to make sure if you guys are in the building, if you're listening, if you're joining us live, either via Facebook or live from our YouTube channel, Lamar and Angela, just give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you're in the building, and we would appreciate that so much. We're so glad that you could join us here in Querétaro, Mexico, for our very second live of the year, because it's the first of the month.
Yes, the first of the month. And we're coming live from our Airbnb space.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Okay. So today we have with us some folks who are special, near and dear to us.
Yeah.
And we thought, for many of you who are trying or thinking about moving to Mexico or thinking about moving abroad with kids, we wanted to have this conversation so that you could participate and ask them questions, or even we were going to ask questions, so that you could get a real feel for how kids feel for moving to Mexico, even though they're sitting here looking like hostages. We wanted you to be able to hear from their own words and in their own expression of what their impression and what it was like moving to Mexico and how they got started. So I see there are a couple people joining us. Great, thank you. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and let us know that you're in the building.
Right.
We are so thankful, so glad that you're able to take time out and join us for the first of the month live video. Okay, so got a question for you guys. The first question: what did you think when we first told you that we were going to move to Mexico? What was your first thoughts?
I thought I wasn't going. I didn't think it was serious. And then if it was serious, I was like, I'm not going to go. They can't make me go. I'm going to sit in my room until don't go.
So you were just going to sit in your room?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't going.
You're going to sit in there, you're going to chain yourself down?
Yeah. I was going to just sit in front of the car so they can't drive.
You were going to throw your body in front of the car?
Yeah.
What about you, Gab?
We had already visited Cancun prior to that, so I thought all of Mexico was like Cancun. So I was like, I'm excited. You know, everybody speaks English. Not English, but like they speak Spanish, but they also understand English.
So you were excited?
Yeah, like the beach and everything.
Cool. So you were ready to go. Mm-hmm. All right, great. So next question. What did you imagine that life would be like when we talked about moving to Mexico? What came to mind when you were thinking about what life would be like?
Well, I thought we were going to have a small house, and we weren't going to because I didn't really think of Mexico as like a good place. I thought it was poor and poverty and stuff. Yeah, but it's not.
Where did you think you got the notion that?
Yeah,
because there's a reason. I always thought there was like a reason why everybody wants to leave Mexico. Why are we going to a country where everybody's trying to get into the country that we're already in?
Right. But do you realize now that it's not people who in Mexico that are leaving Mexico to get in, but there are people passing through Mexico from other countries south of here. Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah. That's one of the things that the news media propaganda doesn't let you know, that there are a lot of folks who are happy to be here in Mexico and have no desire. A lot of Mexicans who have no desire to be in the United States.
Correct.
But there are people coming up from Nicaragua, Honduras,
Yeah.
Guatemala that are coming up through Mexico trying to make their way to the border.
We see them on the street here, looking for help, food, whatever, money,
Yeah.
because they're on this journey to come out of the oppression that they're in their countries to go somewhere better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Oh, when we said we were driving, what did you think? Because I don't know if you guys knew that there was like a whole debate conversation between me and your dad whether or not we
Yeah,
were.
no, you guys. I think you wanted to drive, Daddy wanted to fly.
Yeah, or fly part of the way, because that was the thing. We were thinking about driving or putting the car
On a train transport and having it shipped to Texas, and then fly to Texas, and then drive from there across the border.
Yeah. So that was a whole thing.
Right.
If you haven't seen that video, check that video out.
Right.
It's on our playlist too. But what did you guys think when you heard that?
I was excited because I love road trips.
Yeah, me too. I like being in the car, and driving.
And
Even though I'm not the one driving. But
Yeah, and watching the movies and fast food and just spending time for hours.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did. We actually had I think it was a good. What do you think about the trip? Was it a good road trip?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was a good trip.
It was uneventful from a standpoint of weather. We had a little rain in New Orleans.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was clear and dry the whole way. And getting to the border, if you remember, it was no fuss, no muss.
Oh,
Anybody
right.
that had said, now maybe people have experienced this at the border, but it took us literally probably 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Stopped at the border,
I
and
don't even think it was 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you literally just opened the suitcase and just saw his clothes and just put it back.
Yeah, it wasn't even a suitcase, it was a duffel.
Yeah,
It was
right.
your duffel. He looked in, and then he looked in the van and says, are the rest of those your clothes and belongings? Yeah. Gone.
We were like, what? And I was ready. I was ready. I came prepared.
Yeah, he did. He saw Candy and said, oh, Chihuahua.
Our dog Candy. Yeah. So we were expecting to have a lot more of muss and fuss when we got to the border to cross over, because we didn't know what to expect or what have you. But we drove from Maryland to Tennessee.
I think so.
Yeah,
Tennessee. Then from Tennessee to New Orleans, stopped for the night.
Right.
And then we drove from New Orleans. We actually were planning to drive from New Orleans to Houston and stop for the night, but we made it from New Orleans all the way to the border.
To Laredo.
Yeah, to Laredo. To the
And
border of
we
Laredo.
stayed in a Red Room.
Yeah, I think it was the Red Room.
Yeah. Red Room, and then
It's not it was bad.
no, it wasn't bad. It was
I didn't know
okay.
it was bad.
No, and then got up the next morning and early to make sure we had enough time.
When we were at the border.
And so you don't remember?
No.
It was what we walked in. It was off the street. It wasn't like inside. It was a hotel.
It was on the floor.
It was on the floor. So we
On
walked
the
in.
first floor.
On the first floor was a sidewalk out front.
Yeah, two bits of
Yeah.
We did so many.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We literally
If you
did.
showed me a picture, I remember.
I'll show you a picture.
Yeah, we drove from the border to San Luis Potosí.
Yeah.
And we stayed there a couple of nights.
Yeah, we stayed in San Luis because the plan was for us to get to the border and then drive perhaps to see, since we had finished with customs and all that way earlier than we expected, we were like, well, let's see if we can make it to Querétaro.
Yeah.
But we round about 8 o'clock or so, we were like, let's call it. Let's just
Yeah, it's starting to get dark.
let's go. We stopped in San Luis Potosí, and as a matter of fact, y'all remember the hotel that we stayed in?
So we ended up staying another day.
Yeah, it was nice.
That hotel was nice in San Luis Potosí. So nice that we decided to stay at extra night and enjoy ourselves. And then we came on to Querétaro. All right. Okay. So this next question. We have done a lot of traveling since we've been here in Mexico. We've gone to a bunch of places and had a lot of experiences thus far. Which do you prefer? The beach, because we've been to the beach. We've been to the city. We've been down to Mexico City. So you've had the city experience. And we've even been in the mountains of Mexico. Which do you prefer?
I like the beach.
The beach.
The beach?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like the water.
The beach. Right. Okay. All right. Did you like Mexico City?
What, as far as the beach, or I prefer either or, but where we are right now is perfect because I had a good time racing this past weekend. So
Mountains.
Still in the mountains.
Yeah.
Ours is the mountains or what have you, but I'm a beach gal myself, so that was good. That was good. And since we were bopping around a lot, did you guys like the whole experience of being a digital nomad? Oh man,
No.
you didn't like
Hated
the
it.
bopping around?
Hated it.
Oh my
We're talking
gosh!
about being in the
Airbnbs. Hated it.
Yeah, it was okay at first until you have to keep packing your stuff up. I just want to hang my stuff in the closet and leave it there.
Yeah. The
So-
first Airbnb that we were in was small.
Yeah, it was small.
Yeah, it was-
You had to sleep on the couch.
Well, I slept on the couch
Oh, because it was
one-
hot.
It was
Yeah.
hot, one, and then
Yeah,
it
the
was
room
a
was so
full-size
Yeah,
bed.
the room was small.
So, Mom and I are both a little bit over 6 foot, and, a full-size bed is just not gonna work for us, so. Yeah, I slept downstairs to keep it cool. We brought the fan there.
Yeah, because there are some homes in Mexico, in the central plains of Mexico that don't have air conditioning
Right.
because most of the time you don't really need it. And not only do they not have air conditioning, but some of them don't even have heat.
Right.
And so as a result, it was the summer and it didn't have that particular Airbnb didn't have a lot of good circulation.
No.
And some of the windows did not have
Screens.
screens. So
No, I was trying to figure out which Airbnb it has.
It's
I remember that.
Yeah, and we had this no screen at the back door,
mhm.
and bugs were coming in,
And the mosquitoes were tearing us
Yes.
up. They were tearing us up.
Yeah.
But, so you guys didn't like the whole bop around thing. Would you want to?
Did you like San Miguel though?
Yes,
Yeah, that was
I
fun.
know,
That was
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, San Miguel was a nice Airbnb.
Yeah, that was a nice Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed in a beautiful location when we went to San Miguel de Allende. Beautiful location, nice Airbnb. That was gorgeous. But you guys wouldn't want to, see the world, like go to Tokyo, go to.
No.
I mean, I would, but I'd like to stay there for a few years.
Okay.
That way.
Oh, for a few years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't like to keep having to pack my stuff up and leave. And like, we didn't get to experience it all.
Ah, okay. All right. So this is the next question. It's going to be a hard one. All right. What did you like most about living in Mexico?
Food, that's not even hard.
Yeah, the food, it's warm. Yeah, the food and it's warm. At least it doesn't snow. I like the snow.
I like the snow.
Yes.
Yeah, I was excited for it to be all warm until now there's no more cold and
Yeah.
like my
Like
favorite.
I was tired of it like the first 2 months we got here. I was like, can we get cold again?
Yeah.
You want it cold?
Well, not for the
Yeah.
first 2 months.
Y'all wanted DC?
Yeah.
Well,
Single digit cold?
My
Really?
favorite season used to be spring because it's like a little, it's not too hot, it's not too cold, the flowers are starting to bloom, but I think it's fall now because I need that little brisk, just for temporarily and go back to
We had a little bit of that the last couple of weeks. You wake up in the morning, it was brisk.
You wake up in the morning and then in the afternoon it's hot. It's
Yeah,
dangerous.
it goes away like at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're closer to the sun.
Yeah.
Being at
I
high
need sweater
elevation.
weather back.
You want
sweater
sweater weather?
hoodie weather.
Well, sweater weather is at night.
But
Yeah.
so you gotta change at night and put
Yeah.
on a sweater.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanna wear the sweater all day.
Yeah, because it's a little chilly at night these days.
Yeah.
It's getting down into the, mid-40s.
The weather here in Querétaro usually, or at least the season that we're in right now, it's February, so this is technically considered winter.
Right.
And so for the weather here, you might wake up or in the middle of the night, it may drop down into like the upper 40s.
A couple of times it was in the 30s.
Yeah, it got really cold, like
Yeah.
it touched the 30s.
That's what you wanted, Penn?
Yeah, I'm like 20 degrees.
No.
Yeah.
But just for a little bit, where you bundle up and everything. And you don't stay outside for too long. You stay outside for like 5 minutes. Oh, it's cold. I'm going back inside.
So then by the time the sun comes up and maybe I'd say about 9, 10 o'clock. 9 or 10 o'clock, you're back up into the 60s, 70s, and by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you could be cresting up, inching toward the 80s, maybe. You know, it's a good solid 70.
On this question here, what do you think about the party action in the neighborhood with the fireworks?
Yeah, they go all night, all day, especially on Mexican Independence Day.
Yeah, and birthdays.
Yeah, birthdays.
Birthdays, but then when they have fireworks, they have fireworks.
They have fireworks.
They'll have fireworks in the middle of the day. I'm like, you can't even see them.
And in the middle of the night, like you'll wake up and you just hear fireworks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you hear the booms and stuff like that. So they know how to party here. They party until the wee hours of the morning.
True.
And the kids.
Big time.
The
Yeah.
kids will stay up like, I'm like, go to bed.
You're right.
Yeah, the kids would be up late night partying with their parents. So
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Because you can hear the kids next door
Yeah, screaming and
running around in their backyard.
Like,
Just
why are you still up? And then they'll get up at like 8 in the morning.
yeah, because when they have a party here, every kid party will definitely have some kind of moon bounce or some kind of obstacle course thing that they're running through and screaming and hollering. So
I do. One of the things that I like most about living in Mexico is this family culture. I love the fact that they are big on family. I love the fact that you can go to restaurants and find there are places for kids to be in, and they have there's a real concern, and I love how they treat their elderly here in Mexico. I love that.
and they're four-legged.
And their four-legged family, yes.
they
That
have,
you can bring your dog to the mall.
yes, and
That's
to the
pretty cool
restaurant.
to me.
Yes, you have water bowls and everything.
Yeah,
They can have dog snacks.
I know. Even for the dogs.
Yeah,
That's
walking around
cute.
uptown here, we're not too far from us, you'll see dog bowls out with food in it. They leave dog food out for the dogs. There's dogs walking up and down the street, just like humans, just
Yeah.
walking around. We actually stopped by a place, or came by I don't know if it's a dairy place up the hill,
Yeah,
and the dogs were sitting there patiently at the dairy place waiting.
sitting out front of the door like, hello.
Hello, don't forget we're out here. We would like a little treat. Thank you very much.
We would like some water, please, sir. You know.
Yeah.
This is random, but back to the weather. It hailed once.
Yes,
Oh,
so back
yeah.
this summer, we did have a hailstorm.
We did.
We had and it was big balls of hail, and it wasn't like
In
little
the
bit.
summertime.
In the summertime.
Right. It
Big,
was crazy.
it covered the whole back lawn.
I forgot about
It was
that.
all warm outside. I
It was.
surprised.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. It was. One thing that I also like about Mexico is, besides the weather, is I like the fact that the people are so nice.
Yeah.
The people have been so. Do you
Yeah, they're
agree?
so welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's had good experiences with friends that he's made, and being nice. I actually had a great experience this past weekend because I'm a big RC car racing enthusiast, and the guys are really cool. They're very helpful, very friendly. They've been reaching out to me on WhatsApp, let me know if I need anything. And everybody that I've come in contact with has been truly amazing here. So, these stories of drug cartels and violent crimes and all that stuff, we don't walk in those circles.
Right.
We haven't seen that.
We don't do drugs. We don't have
Yes.
run in cartel circles. So,
Yeah, so
they ain't got nothing for us.
right. And what Ben mentioned earlier about poverty and people being poor is his expectation, because what people say,
Yeah.
we've walked in the neighborhood, me and Ben take walks, and there's a house on the other side that has a big Mercedes, Porsche.
Oh, wow.
It has a BMW,
Yeah, it's a BMW.
the big Mercedes SUV.
Yeah, the Mercedes truck.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 high-end luxury vehicles. So, and as a matter of fact, Angela and I were coming home from something, and there was a Maybach coming down through the
Oh,
neighborhood.
right. And
So-
I'm not even a car person, but even I was like, that's a nice car.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. And every time it pulled off, and you hear the rumble and growl of the engine. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
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 So anybody that thinks that people in Mexico are poor and begging on the street, no,
Yeah.
that's not it.
Yeah. Now, I will say, my thing that I like the least, and I'm probably the only one in this room who likes it the least, is I'm not a fan of the spicy food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of things.
everything is spicy.
The way it should be.
Gabby loves spicy. I like a little spicy. I don't like it when it impedes my enjoyment of the food.
But you like it ridiculously spicy.
Yeah.
Tell about the time when we went to get the wings.
At Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, Ben was tortured by that.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
The
that
hottest sauce.
It was. Whew, I even tasted. It was like, okay, my tongue is on fire.
It was spicy, like, no doubt.
Yeah, but no, it prohibits you enjoying it.
I mean, I gave him one. I didn't expect him to take a big bite. I thought he was just gonna like lick it or something.
Well, you said it's not so bad. And
Yeah,
so he
you
was
told me
like,
it was-
"Arr."
It's not terrible.
It is
It
terrible.
was the spiciest sauce. What do you think?
You said it wasn't bad.
No.
All right. That's right. No, I have trust issues. I have trust issues now with Gabby about spicy. So when she says it's not so spicy, I'm like, I'm looking at Ben and Lamar to go,
No, don't eat that.
Yeah,
Don't eat that. Don't eat it. It's hot. Your tongue's gonna burn out your mouth.
yeah. So that would be my.
Well, she doesn't like any spice at all. Even Ben will say it's not spicy, and you'll still eat it, and you're like, "What are you talking about? This is spicy."
Not true. Not true.
I mean, she eats that. Dad makes food that's a little spicy.
And she doesn't like it. She's like,
She'll
"Why
eat
did
it.
you put so much?"
Because Daddy is a little heavy-handed on the spice.
It would be like a little tiny kick, like a little like.
There's some stuff I don't want to kick with. I don't need no kick. I don't need no kick. We don't need no kick. Candy, ice cream needs no
Yeah,
kick.
I don't know what they're doing with
I
that.
don't like sweets of that spicy.
What is that?
Chamoy.
Chamoy.
And they have like tahini.
I thought it was raspberry sherbet with lime sherbet. No, it's chamoy. And chamoy is, and it catches you, and it sneaks up when it starts tingling on your tongue, and then you're like my tongue is burning.
Y'all, Lamar took a bite of that ice cream like it was wasabi, and he thought it was pistachio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He put a whole big heap in his mouth.
Yeah, the
And it was
chamoy
like-
is, a nice deep red color. It looked like raspberry sherbet, and it wasn't. No, I never again. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was kind of brutal.
Yeah.
That was kind of brutal. Okay. All right. This is a good one. What's one thing that you miss about American culture?
No culture. I was gonna
Oh,
say.
culture. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Really?
If you were to say America, that'd be easy.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's
the
like,
United States, we're all America.
Mhm. Good job. Yeah.
I don't know if English. They speak English.
I don't even make counts. Do they count?
Is that kind of culture?
I mean, if you want to call
Yeah.
the language or.
I don't know. I just want to see some black people.
Oh, yeah.
Black culture. Angie was talking about today. One of the things she misses was what?
I miss church. I
Yeah,
miss
church.
I miss black church.
Yeah.
And I mean tambourine.
Go for 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
You miss that?
Yeah. Well, not we.
I don't know
stay
about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
But I miss the, the sway and the,
Yeah.
the
We're gonna
worship.
try the church here, so maybe they're like that.
We'll see. We'll try it out.
It's
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 hours. Church starvation is like the worst starvation.
Yeah, that's for me what I probably miss the most about. And I miss my sorority sisters. I miss being able to have fellowship with my Delta sorority sisters and whatnot. But if I can find, I'm on the hunt. If I find some sorors down here in Mexico,
I'm sure there are.
we're getting together, y'all. We're gonna get together because I do miss that. I do miss that. Nothing else that you can think of, bro?
This is people.
I miss the expedience, or there are some instances where they say if they're delivering things here or they're saying they're coming and they don't show up. in that time frame. And then other times they do. So I guess that's relax.
I think I know what you're saying. So you're saying like in American culture, if you have a delivery that's supposed to happen or they're coming to do the
Right.
cable between 8 and noon,
Right.
somebody is coming between 8 and noon.
Right.
Even if they get there at 11:40, they're coming.
Yeah,
Here in Mexico?
it's a crapshoot sometimes.
Yeah.
Definitely is. I do miss having certain things in place from a functional standpoint. You know, like here they do liquid propane. We have to order it. Actually,
Liquid propane?
one of our guests, had to get used to. She had to.
Oh, you're talking about for the stove, gas.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I mean, and also lighting the stove, which I'm actually going to look into, and I guess it's because of the fact that it's liquid propane. You have to ignite manually versus something that's even though on the hot water heaters is the same thing.
Yeah. But I don't know, is that a Mexican culture thing, or is that just living in a rural type area? Because
it's not a rural area thing. I think it's just the function of the country.
I wonder if there are certain parts of the states that have, like, when you go far out, and if they have the same kind of situation.
Possibly.
Let us know if you've had that kind of stove where you have to push a button to ignite the stove. Let us know down in the comments.
I know what I miss.
Oh,
I miss fake Mexican food.
Fake
Mexican
Mexican
food, Taco Bell, hard shell tacos.
Yeah, I like Chipotle
Like
better.
Mexican food is like very good, but like American style, United States style.
The interpretation of
like the hard shell tacos.
Well, the
Yeah,
hard shell
hard-shell
tacos with the way we make it with ground beef and the taco seasonings. It is tasty.
And United States Subway, I miss that.
Oh my gosh.
Not Subways you ride in, but Subway sandwich shops. She thinks Subway sandwiches are the
It's the best food ever. I mean, everybody just sleeping.
One of the things I like about Mexico is like when they're Christmas. When you go downtown, there's like lights everywhere.
Yeah.
I love lights.
When we go downtown here, there's lights everywhere.
Yeah, I love lights.
But they were doing it up.
Yeah.
They were.
No, that's what I was talking about downtown.
Oh, I thought you were saying you missed that mistake.
No, I mean I like it here.
Yeah, they were doing it up. They were doing it big at Christmas time. That was beautiful.
It's a light show.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was very
For
beautiful.
sure. For sure.
Beautiful. It was interesting during the Day of the Dead too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a lot of good experience, seeing the different cultural celebrations for Day of the Dead too.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good.
To make you some Panda Morte.
Panda Morte. Oh. Chef's kiss. My official favorite.
Really?
I loved it. I don't start my mouth watering for.
If you don't know what Panda Morte is, it's basically a very soft bread dipped in butter and sugar.
Buttery, soft.
Yeah.
I think it needs more buttery icing on the bottom.
Oh, that'll
I
work.
think that's enough.
That'll work.
On the big ones, and it has it like on.
But it has like a creamy, kind of like a cream cheese-ish kind of.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, do you like the ones filled better or the ones?
I don't like the ones filled.
Yeah, we got the
always
ones.
tastes
Where
weird.
did we get those? They had the different ones. There was a vendor.
Yeah, we were at that vending place.
Were we at the food?
The food
truck court or something?
No, it was like a food extravaganza.
Yeah, they had different
Food
types
trucks
of creations with Panda Morte.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
So good. So good. Okay. How's it been making new friends?
I mean, if it would help if we learned Spanish, but I've met some people through the expat group. Some other, one was from Canada. There was 2 boys from
Well, we
Florida.
actually met. Where did we meet Braulio and his family?
Oh, well, I met him on Facebook, and then
we met him
At the
over
basketball
at the basketball court
by the track.
By the track.
Yeah. But and then that's really it. Yeah, it's been okay, I guess.
I can't find anybody my age that knows English. That's
Mhm.
I haven't had too much of a problem because of the community I circulate in as far as the RC racing. So I've made some friends here. So good people too, really good people. So
I've made lots of friends.
Yeah.
I've made lots of friends, so I haven't had that.
Most of your friends are online, and they're like.
Well, I met them online, and then we got together as.
Yeah, it's easier to find older people. Kind of hard to find like teens your own age.
Yeah, because you said yourself, there's not a lot of people with families who moved to Mexico.
True that. So, but Braulio is not part of that.
Well, he's from Canada.
Yeah.
But I thought he was originally from Mexico, moved to Canada.
They were from Mexico, moved to Canada.
Okay. So this is a good segue into this next question, because I think that this next question would probably maybe an answer to that. Online school versus in-person school. Here in Querétaro, there are two in particular that we were looking at in terms of international schools that the kids could have possibly gone to. So they had the choice between two of the local in-person schools that are right nearby here in Juriquilla, in this area, or you could choose to go online.
The thing is, we both wanted to do in person, right?
Yeah, you wanted to do it online.
I gave you guys a deadline.
Yeah, it was like a day late when we didn't have the information of all the schools. So she was like, I don't want you guys to know this school.
Mm-hmm.
But like now that I actually want to do that school, now she wants to force me back into in-person school.
I gave them I actually gave them the information before we left the States and asked you guys to pick and choose and let me know by this particular date
Yeah, but like
in
the
July.
information you wanted wasn't on the websites.
Yeah, we had to call and they weren't answering.
Yeah, okay. But if you were in person at one of the international schools that are here in the area, do you think that would help you to be able to find or meet new friends?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like there would be like Chris and his son.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're in the expat group, but they go to the school, so I feel like there would be more expats at the school
Right.
than in the
Based on
Facebook.
the John F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
Or the international school.
Querétaro.
Yeah.
So there are two, ISQ, the International School of Querétaro, and the John F. Kennedy School. So there were both two schools that a lot of expats send their children to if they were going in person. And it goes up to high school, which is for them exactly what they needed. So, but do you like the school that you're going to?
No.
I think Ben would probably have got down with the
In person. I
In-person
learned
school.
better that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're
You're doing a good job though in school. You're knocking out the assignments and getting good grades. So, because you're a smart dude.
Mhm.
Gabby's a smart young lady. So
we're very blessed in that.
yeah.
Okay. Last question. What advice would you give to kids, teens, and parents planning a move to Mexico?
Learn your Spanish. And
Yeah, take
people
your
who
Spanish
are,
class serious.
you stole my words. If you're taking a Spanish class like at school, like take it seriously.
Yeah. Do Duolingo before you get here, because that'll help you. For parents,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're not yet that good in Europe.
well, no,
I mean, but
well,
you might have some advice to give to your, if you were talking to a parent.
well, it depends if you have kids or if you don't have kids.
Yeah.
Well, what's your advice for if they do have kids versus if they don't?
If you don't have kids, if you do have kids, maybe we had a couple months notice and didn't do anything about it, but
What do you mean? I was packing.
no, but we weren't like doing Spanish or nothing. I don't really know for adults.
I mean, don't be scared and like.
Yeah, don't be nervous to meet new people in the expat group because there's like tons of people. Like my mom, she makes lots of friends who are here in Mexico, and they get together. So don't be nervous to meet those people.
And don't be nervous. Like that's definitely true. Don't be nervous in the whole aspect of it. And it's totally like possible. It's like, I don't think it's possible. I mean, people make a lot of excuses for why they can't do things. So.
Okay.
That's good. Ben. That was good, Ben.
What?
You're
Shady.
so mean.
So what, on that note, I mean, just kind of circle back. Now, what is your impression about the Mexico poor and impoverished?
They work really hard.
Yeah, they work really hard. They have, like, even the people who wash the cars in the parking lot, they stand outside all day.
And they'll wash your car even though they know that they're not going to get paid.
Yeah, they'll still do it.
Like, we'll say, no, our car's fine, and they'll do it anyway.
Yeah, that's one thing that they do.
Which I don't know if that's shade or what.
Right.
They're like, oh, but you need to. Yeah.
Right.
We could have just got the car washed by some people, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I gave that guy some money because
Yeah.
Nelly needed it.
Yeah.
And the culture, it's more like, in the United States culture, it's like grind, rush, get this done, people are waiting, you need to hurry up. And here it's more of a like, take your time, it's okay, but they still do work very hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We have a handyman that comes here and he gets he's got multiple things going on where he's got jobs and things like that. And he said something to me when working on something here, never give up. And he meant not just on what he's working on, but never give up in life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Victor was talking about, was never give up. He has some family challenges and he says never give up. He says he continues to, work on those things and hardworking people.
Yeah.
Extremely hardworking people. And I'd like to try to dispel that right now with regard to any thoughts on Mexican people.
Mm-hmm.
They're not these poor, feel sorry for me kind of people. They get out and work.
Yeah. No.
Should I turn the lights on?
Yeah. You want to hit that light? Thanks, Lou. One thing that I noticed, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that one the couple upstairs?
One thing that I noticed about, or that if I had to, thank you,
That's great.
sweetheart.
No, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was, the sun is going down.
Yes.
One thing that I noticed and would probably offer as a piece of advice for parents who are thinking about a move to Mexico, and particularly with teens, is to get them involved in the process of moving. That would probably be some advice that I would offer, helping them to getting them involved in the research, in looking for what area you want to be with, talking to your kids to make sure if they're city or if they're beach or if they're, mountain, or maybe they don't even know what they want to experience. Or if you are interested in doing the bop around thing, listening and kind of knowing your kids, knowing your husband too. Because I knew initially that they were not going to be boppers. I knew y'all were.
Yeah.
That we would probably get about a month of bopping in. That's about the boppitude.
And even that was too much.
That was too much.
Yeah, that they could stand to bop. So we deliberately planned in our stay. We stayed at the first Airbnb, and then we took a week-long vacation break in between to go to San Miguel. And then we stayed at the second Airbnb. And by the time we stayed at the end of our stay at the second Airbnb, we had found our place, a home. We had found a place to rent. So I knew that there wasn't going to be too much bopping that they would want to put up with.
Well, and I think that, the last Airbnb, that put the nail in the coffin for me for doing that because El Refugio, where we had the hot rodders.
That had that stay in the,
Yeah, and the guys would pull up. Yeah. they'd rev up their engines and come in. They had, your, Chargers. What else did they have?
I think they had a Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
They were like
When
sound.
these tuner guys, and they were, during the evening, but also in the,
Middle of the night.
middle of the night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
Very close in that neighborhood, there's a townhouse, but also that townhouse was on the small side as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, just running, but our realtor, Allie,
Mhm.
was fantastic.
Mhm.
She was extremely helpful.
Mhm.
And we, as you said, kiss a lot of frogs.
Yeah.
We kissed a lot of frogs to
In
get
terms of finding
a
places.
place to live.
I don't know if we kissed a lot of frogs. There were some frogs.
Yeah, there was a couple of
There
frogs.
was a lot of toads in there too, but but I don't know if we still did do our due diligence to make sure that we looked at places that, narrowed the field down
Yeah.
so that we weren't out there just looking at every and any old thing.
Right.
That's another thing I would definitely recommend. Knowing yourself and knowing what you like and what you don't like would be a great help. Because for us, we knew that we had 2 dogs and we were going to need some outdoor space. And you know that the kind of kids you have. Do you have a kid that likes to play basketball or likes sports or is going to need some sort of outside area so they can get around? Or is your kid really into tech and really likes to play video games and likes to have that, doesn't require all that outdoor energy,
Yeah.
It's really about knowing your kid and what they like, while at the same time opening them up to new experiences. So that's what I
mean,
say.
how has it helped you guys as far as actually opening up just going different places and maybe helped you open up a little bit to meeting new people, being in new places? Has it helped with that?
Well, I always thought change was a negative. Well, not a negative thing, but I didn't like change. I like constants. But like moving to Mexico was a big change, and like the change wasn't a bad thing. And so it's like it showed me that like there's more than just Maryland and the world. There's like other people who are kind of like me, who like the same stuff I do,
Mhm.
and not like Mexico isn't a bad place. It's pretty chill. It's nothing crazy.
What about you, Linda?
That's a hard question.
That's a hard question?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What's on deck for you two coming up? I mean, we've got Ben, who's big time senior.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go to college.
He's got an announcement here in a little bit, I guess.
We're not making the announcement.
He hasn't, but he's gonna let everybody know where he's going.
Decision day is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. We can't let the cat out the bag yet. So for all of our family and friends who are listening and who are tuned in, we're not going to tell you just yet. So you have to wait for Ben's decision day so that he can do the big reveal.
You can tell people what you're interested in studying though.
Kinesiology, the study of the body, particularly like exercises to improve body movement, and like jobs would be like being a chiropractor, physical therapist, orthopedic therapist, stuff like that.
Yeah. Now I can tell you this: Ben's vacillated between different types of occupations that he likes. Ben's a big Law and Order.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about CSI.
CSI stuff.
You don't like chemistry.
It's okay.
Yeah, but
I like
I was
thinking about
investigation.
police force.
Yeah, he likes investigation, trying to figure out who done it,
Yeah.
who did it, that kind of thing. Because you'll find Ben a lot of times watching you know, SVU, Law and Order, a lot of the times, and other detective shows.
Yeah.
What's that new show you wanted to watch?
The Missing Person Show.
The Missing Person Show.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
Yeah. Gabby, on the other hand, likes kind of in her wheelhouse
Well, let
is
her tell her thing.
Go ahead.
I like action comedies
No,
and.
okay. Talk about professions.
Oh, we were talking about shows.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be a doctor.
So what show do you like?
Oh, I like 911 and medical shows. That's what I was. I was getting there.
Yeah.
I like medical shows and like what's that show called? Chicago Med and 911.
Grey's
Where they.
Anatomy.
Yeah, well, I just started watching that. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it.
With Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I like shows where they're like freak accidents and it's like how could that ever happen and they show it fixing it and everything. It's really interesting.
Gabby likes watching the shows where they're doing surgery and they're just cutting the
Yeah.
body open, and me
I
and
like
Ben are
that.
like,
But you want to be like physical therapist?
But that doesn't require blood. The person broke the arm. It's like I'm helping them get back to doing house.
You gotta
That's
see
it.
the original thing,
No, I don't.
accident, don't you?
No.
To understand how it happened, to understand
We
how
have to get the
heal
baby
about
out.
it.
When I went to physical therapy, they just said, "Oh, you broke your leg." I was like, "Yeah."
Really?
Yeah, I was like, "Oh no." They said, "What happened?" I said, "I broke my leg." "Oh, okay. Then they said, "How'd you break it?" I said, "Oh, I was playing basketball." And they said, "Okay." And then they just gave me the exercises.
Oh,
I didn't see any blood or they didn't see any broken bones or nothing.
this is our lucky dog. This is our lucky, who is,
Lucky and Ben are the same age.
they
Yeah.
are both 17.
Yep.
And he just woke up from his nap. So he's looking around at us like, what is going on? All right, guys. So it is coming to the close of our time together during this live. Any last parting thoughts or words of wisdom or what you want to share? Or say shout out to anybody that you want to say hi to?
No.
well, hi family, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, guys. Again, we are all going to be here for the first of the month video where we go live and discuss topics.
Like all of us?
No, you guys can come if you want to, but
Yeah. You can join us in our
So you do
live.
like live every first of the month?
on the first of the
Every
month,
first of the month. Remember that, guys.
every first of the month, we will be here doing our live. So we thank you guys for tuning in. If you are watching us from the future, welcome to our channel. Thank you for checking us out and tuning in for this live conversation with Ben and Gabby. Yeah. So if you're planning a move to Mexico, we really hope that you will have a good experience out of the whole thing.
Right.
It was real talk. If you check out our playlist showing our preparation for the move to Mexico,
Right.
oh Lord, it was that was a lot. However, it is well worth it now that we're here.
He wants his mommy.
Oh my gosh, it was well worth it. The just the whole process of downsizing and getting everything, selling stuff and shipping stuff and just, it was a lot, but to be in this space, I think it was worth it.
Yeah.
I think it was worth it. I'm thankful. I'm also very thankful that our kids are going to have this experience, and we've got a bunch of trips planned for the year, and I'm excited about where we're headed to next.
Yep.
So thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah. We're grateful that you're watching and following along. We really appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See ya.